Today's project is installing a new explosive gas alarm. We've had this one for several years, and they should be replaced every 5 years. So this one is a little over 4 years old. This one required AC and also had a battery backup. And if you didn't have it plugged in to AC for a while, well, then this battery would start to die, and then it would beep, and it became pretty annoying. Because quite often, we weren't running our AC outlets, we just had the batteries running. And that killed this battery and made this thing beep. So we came up with something that's a much better solution, and it's this RV propane alarm from Gas Detector. Pretty nice little unit. It's going to hook up directly to our 12-volt system. And this is the actual alarm. It has a Wago type connector already installed. And it has multiple faceplates. So you could install it with that faceplate, or the larger faceplate, which is got some thickness to it. Or if it was recessed into the wall, there's even a third faceplate. So they make it pretty nice. I think I'm just going to use this one because this is going to just sit right next to the propane tank. So to install this, I'm going to, of course, put these screws in to attach this. And we already have our 12 volts run. So it's basically just plugging this in and putting this in the right place. I'm going to place this unit right up against the wheel well box in the van so it's easy to see from the rear of the van. But we've got these wires protruding out here. So I took a piece of this PVC plastic, which is just architectural trim board that you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. Cuts really well on the table saw. And I'm going to screw that against it right here. Cut myself a little hole here so that the wires have a spot. And then I'm going to use some 3M lock and lock to hold it up against the wheel well box. This 3M, I called it lock and lock. It's actually called dual lock. It is really strong Velcro-like material. It locks onto itself and it snaps right in. And it's really strong and very convenient. We actually use it for the bottom of our soap dispenser, our hand soap dispenser at our sink, because it holds it in place as we're driving down the street. So, little piece of that. We'll get double stick taped on here, and then another piece against the wheel well box, and it'll just snap up against it. Boy, these are some tiny screws. But you know what? The two screws that go here are stainless steel, so they don't get picked up by the magnet, which is nice that they're stainless steel. I was surprised about that. But sometimes it makes it hard to get the screws in. But these guys look like they're cooperating. There we go. All right, so we got that on there. It's not perfectly straight. Let's straighten that out. There There we go. Then we'll put a little lock and lock material on the back. First, we're going to wipe it off with a little alcohol. And then we'll need a matching piece. That'll go on the wall. There we go. Propane is heavier than air, so this needs to be mounted low. So it's going to be right at the bottom, about an inch, inch and a half up off the ground. So if any leakage of our propane tank occurs, this thing should go off. When I installed the Postal heater, I used Anderson connectors to connect the heater so I could easily disconnect it and connect it up. So this is my 12-volt source for that heater. I also made myself a matching Anderson connector with Wago. That way I could connect this up and I could use this to test any 12-volt item. And we're going to test out this explosive gas detector to be sure it works. So connecting a wire to these Wago connectors is pretty easy. I've got a little extra piece of wire here. It just slides in and you flip that connector over. Same thing on this one, positive and negative. All right, so I just basically have a little jumper wire here because the explosive gas detector already has Wago type connectors on the end. So now we're going to hook this up and test it out. Just got to make sure you put positive and negative in the proper places. Okay, right now it says power and fault, or actually fault and alarm. So we need to go check out what that means. We'll check the manual. If you take a look at the installation manual, it actually says, please wait 3 minutes for sensor preheating. Do not test gases during warm-up process. Once the warm-up process is finished, the yellow lights will be off, the green power indicator will remain on, and the screen will display 0. Which, as I was reading the manual, it beeped twice, and that's exactly what happened. Not sure if you can see the red 0 is displayed. Now we're going to test this and see if it actually detects propane. Got myself a 5-gallon bucket here, and I'm just going to take this gas detector and put it in the bucket, and then take this old propane tank I got here and start filling this with propane. We'll see if it detects. That was quick. Let's see what it says. And it's slowing down now. I've got the number 8. Sun's so bright it's hard to see. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So according to the manual, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is that there's a gas leaking, a severe gas leak. So that's what I saw when it started beeping quickly, was an A on the display. And then it continued to beep slower down to 4, and when it got to 3, it no longer beeped. So we know it works, now we just need to install it. I always label my wires, so on the label maker, I'm just making up a little sticker here that says gas detector. And this little sticker here is going to get sealed in on the wire itself near the fuse box. I'm going to cut this excess off. It's going to go on the wire here. And then we take some clear heat shrink tubing and put the clear heat shrink tubing over that and heat it up, and that will keep that label from coming off. Then put on ring terminals on the side of the wire that is going to go to your 12-volt fuse box and crimp those down. And I always like getting the ring terminals with the heat shrink. Just makes it look so much better when that heat shrink grabs that wire. And do that on the positive and of course the negative, and then you're ready to connect it up to your 12-volt fuse box. You can see I've got the gas detector mounted right here. It's about 2 inches off the ground. This is the water purification system, and right below that gas detector I had this little device. This thing here is a water detector. Very simple. If I just lick my finger, it sets off an alarm to let us know that we got a water leak back here somewhere. So that's just got a little piece of double stick tape, and that's just sitting back there underneath that gas detector. And this is the little unit, and it runs off a 9-volt battery. And once again, I have that 3M lock and lock material here, and I just mount that up here on the wall. So those are two really great things. I will tell you that there was one time when we did have a small drip from our water purification thing right here, and that went off, and it saved us because it was such a little tiny drip that we probably wouldn't have noticed until it actually soaked the entire area. So highly recommend the water detector, and if you have propane in your van, the explosive gas protector. Definitely worth the time and trouble of installing.